go sweet us to continue live. If you continue there like this, we go die finish oh, and if we die una well reach get am the chop wey una no dey remember us, una no go fit stay alone oh.
I'm shocked with what I'm seeing. Okay. That is as regard the price of things in the market. Now these were rice that at about a month, 2 months ago, we normally buy for 46,000 or at most 50,000 naira, which to me was still manageable. But then only for me to come to the same market today, rice of 46,000 has now become 64, 65,000 naira.
Every day you buy something today, 500. Daybreak, 600. Every day I saw this is the increase. Now we said they increase money for workers. Instead they increase money for workers, buyers not going to feel them. Buyers they feel them well. Workers not they see money, buy something. Now so we go stay from morning till evening.
I can't do business for Abuja.
Like 800. The way Nigeria is going now, thing is very bad. Is that they eat now wahala. Is that it need our president. It's that the poor man, the massive, that is the thing is our Nigerian president. That is another reason our time, Jonathan, President Jonathan, good Lord. But at right, it's 9,000 naira. No need to tell you contain 9,000 naira, 9,000 naira, 9,000 naira. That it is checked utility now. But at right. Nigeria back flight, it earned 90,000 naira. It tell Nigeria 40 days. Hungry they everywhere. There is hungry everywhere. They eat now wahala. They did a car now. Before they buy it a car, 250,000 naira. Now a car is going to 860,000 naira. Is it a good thing? Check about our fuel issue. Before they buy fuel 195. Now fuel it earned 300 naira. It's very bad. The market is better. It is the market. Any the market. Did I the market? Did I Papa na eat there 4 children, 5 children. They eat one mudu a flight now. It's not easy. One mudu a flight is 2,000 naira. It is there 10 children now. It cannot eat one mudu a flight. It's not easy.
Things don't spoil. Oh. Listen, this economy is not sustainable. I have never seen somebody that sells goods reluctant of selling. Some of them, they don't even want to sell. They are sad. They are scared to sell. Because somebody can sell a goods to you now with the rate of 1,002. As he's collecting money, it has entered 1,005. He has lost his money. Contractors that did BOQ, bill of quantity, they gave quotes when dollar was 700 for $1, 700 naira. Right now, time to do project don't reach. Dollar is now 15. So there is a lot of court case. There is a wahala is everywhere because contractor cannot deliver again. Where will he get the money? Pack of cement now is 8,000. Find love, find love. People have found love, they now want to marry. Traditional wedding, 700 people. They are calling bill of 20 to 30 million. That is basic. This is not other serene. This is basic. So they give vendors that money. Then they will now go back and start suffering. So even love is very costly. Love is like crude oil. Very expensive now. So you don't find who you want to marry. To marry now a problem. It's not sustainable. I don't even want to go into what is happening in the oil and gas. Because I have seen some of you come online to say, Nigeria sells the cheapest. What is the minimum wage of the people you're comparing Nigeria to? Nigeria still remains the one of the countries that sell oil, that sell fuel, one of the cheapest. Do you know that somebody's wage in a month in America is what in the UK is what they collect per hour? Do you know that somebody's wage per hour in the UK is what somebody collects in Nigeria in a month? And you want the person to be on the same level with fuel, saying that Nigeria still sells cheap. The economy is not sustainable. Businesses are folding because the people that have finished selling their buckets cannot restock because they don't even have the money to go and restock. So businesses are closing up. Not just the international people living, the ones the news carry. A lot of local businesses cannot sustain again. One of my guys that does my clothes, my tailor, he needs to, because they say the grid, he needs to run diesel because he needs to deliver on people's work. How much is the clothes? How much will he now make? Now, most businesses are now in deficit. They are now in minus because they can't imagine it's not there again. Things have gotten so bad now. Listen, federal government, whoever is in charge of what is going on, the economy is not sustainable. If what is happening keeps happening, I am telling you by next week, people will literally start dropping dead. I am not over-exaggerating. I have a foundation. I know the calls we are getting. I know what is happening in the trenches. I know, see, the news know they carry everything. People are dying now as we speak. Federal government, people are losing their lives, not because they are sick. They recorded the number of people that slumped. These are the rich ones that we know. Do you know how many people that died? They just slumped and died because people are busy pursuing a cup of garri to eat and nobody is now paying attention to their health. So people are walking corpses, but because they are looking for what the children can eat, they don't know when the body packs up. The number of people that are dying of hunger. See, guys, I don't care how much money you have.
Its initiatives on subsidized distribution of fertilizers to farmers across the country. One will imagine that because of the price of commodities and food items and the shortage of food, that should get the attention of anyone who was involved or who are involved in this communique. Can you tell us whether that has been worked upon, or what do you know about that? Because that would have helped us in food production.
Yes, clearly, so when we put this in place, those were some of the things that we were looking at, because we know that an average Nigerian worker, we know that an average Nigerian, one of the things you spend your hard-earned money on is actually food, and that government must do something so fast. We've had a lot of rhetoric. So we have declared state of emergency on food security. We have had a lot of meetings, lot of summits on issues like this. Nigerians are tired of meetings. Nigerians are tired of summits. Nigerians are tired of rhetoric. Today, the cost of items in the market has skyrocketed, has gone over the roof. And this was one of the things that we saw that made us to include that item number 9 in the communique. But as we speak, there is no clear-cut solution to that. They have not told us with empirical evidence on how they have intended to implement that. They have not shown us, local government and local government, these are the quantities of fertilizers that we have taken to them. State by state, these are the quantities that have gotten to the state. They have not shown us any empirical evidence. All we hear are soundbites. All we hear are meetings on food security. All we hear, Nigerians are clearly tired of it.
Welcome to the program. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria says it has discontinued granting loans through its ways and means advances to the federal government of Nigeria. CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso says the decision is due to the government's failure to settle its outstanding debt. At an interactive session with the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, he said the loan to the federal government has now been halted until the outstanding balance is settled. Now, the Ways and Means is a loan facility that the CBN advances to the federal government to fund budgetary shortfalls. The loan facility has been a subject of controversy among Nigerians, with experts expressing concern that CBN had exceeded its lending threshold to the federal government against extant laws. Now, the federal government's borrowing from the CBN stood at 4.36 trillion naira as of June 2023. A month after former President Muhammadu Buhari securitized 22.7 trillion naira borrowed from the Apex Bank. Now, the outstanding debt of 4.36 trillion naira so far exceeds 5% of the federal government's revenue of 8.8 trillion naira for the year 2023, which is against the CBN Act. Let's listen to Cardoso.
Distinguished senators, we must understand, let me go back. However, for these measures to be sustainable, we must as a country moderate our demand for FX. I think this is very important. Honestly, CBN has no magic wand. We do not have. Our responsibility is in the process. If foreign exchange comes into us, we manage it in a way that is in best interest of the country, and we do not have excessive volatility. Okay, that's one. Our argument on the demand side is that we as Nigerians also must work together to moderate demand. Where there are opportunities for us to substitute locally, so we should. A couple of days ago, I made reference.
All right, CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso there. And of course, we're moving straight to Lagos now, where we are being joined by Dr. Nemeka Obiariri, who is a development economist and banking executive. Thank you so much for joining us to help us understand all the issues. Now, no more overdraft for the federal government of Nigeria. How will the federal government cope in the light of dwindling revenues in the year 2024?
Thank you, Sambo. The federal government of Nigeria does not have any revenue problem because we know what to do to raise revenues. What we have is overbloated expenditure that is creating problem for Nigeria. If you look at the 2024 budget, 28.7 trillion, between the wages and non-wages expenditure, we have over 16 trillion that is budgeted for wages and then debt servicing recurrent expenditure. Practically, the deficit that we are going to be borrowing is what we are going to be investing in capital project. Everything we are going to earn based on the revenue side is going to be wasted on less than 1 million civil servants and political office holders, which is not right. We need to find ways of cutting cost of governance by at least 60%. Just take, for instance, the issue of the committee that was set up to discuss review of minimum wage for civil servants. 37-member committee. It was alleged that they made a request to Mr. President for 1.8 trillion for committee allowances, and then he approved 500 million. There is no basis for us to even approve 1 naira for such committee. Look back in 2011 when minimum wage was 18,000. The exchange rate was 155 naira to $1. That simply means minimum wage was $116. In 2018, when it was reviewed, exchange rate was 361. Minimum wage was $83. It's just simple. You don't need any skyrocket science. Average of 151.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. It's good to be back here again. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. How you guys doing today? Yes, we are back again. Unfortunately, it's not looking good. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the day we're going to come here to talk about something that will make you and I celebrate all through the broadcast. But it's not looking good right now. A lot of kidnappings is still going on and all that. And somebody just died just a few minutes ago as well. The owner of Access Bank, just died. This is another one that just surprised everybody right now. But meanwhile, before I start presenting my articles to every one of you, I would like to quickly, recognize those of you on the comment section. Thank you very much, Mommy Diaspora. I appreciate you, Mommy, for all you do. Good evening to you. And thank you very much, everyone, right there. Ben Osahon, I can see you. Vitus Kwebele Moga, I can see you as well. Those ones I get there. Thank you very much. Love of God is my strength. I appreciate you, all my people. Madam Ame Bright, thank you very much. Patience Demo, dear Evie Jack. Thank you, my wonderful people. Press on the like button, help us to share. Ijidima, thank you very much for your time with us, Vitos, and many others right there. Madam Ellen, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, my wonderful people, Faith Wilfred, and many, many more. I've acknowledged many of you already on the screen. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Press on the like button, help us to share. Ike just coming in right now. Numbers. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. We are talking about the things that's affecting us in Nigeria. It's not looking good at all. If it's not affecting you directly right now, you shouldn't judge anybody, because people are losing their lives every day. People are being kidnapped every day. And many people are starving right now as we speak. But I would like us to start with them. But before that, I'm going to post out a link now for those of you that want to join us today. As you know, it's Saturday. We know how it be for this our Saturday. We don't really have much people. But if it's only one person that join me, if now only 1 hour we spend here, I'm done. I appreciate you all, my people. May God bless you all. A link has been posted. Click on the link and join us here. And let's talk about the things that is affecting you and I. Yes, it might not be affecting you directly right now, but it's affecting everybody. If you have a heart and you understand what the people in Nigeria right now is facing, yes, you should be worried. Yes, you should be worried. It's terrible. It's terrible. These guys are human beings. Yes, we need to talk about this and see how the government will do the right thing. But meanwhile, let me put this on, like this one is going to be my first presentation in terms of article this evening, because it's just coming in now. Very, 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 very sad one here. This is update. Access Holdings CEO Herbert Wigwe's wife, 2 kids also died in U.S. helicopter crash while traveling to watch Super Bowl. Jesus. The owner of Access Bank, his wife, and children, all of them died while traveling to go watch a sports. This is heartbreaking, man. This is heartbreaking. You see why it's good for us to do the right thing. Nobody knows what tomorrow holds. Oh, God. Sarah Potter was told that Wigwe left Lagos State, Nigeria on Wednesday to watch the Super Bowl 58 and American football competition. The shopper transporting Herbert Wigwe, the chief executive officer of Access Holdings, which crashed in California, United States of America, also killed his wife and 2 children on board with him. So Harry Potter has learned, God. So Harry Potter had earlier reported that the chopper was headed to Las Vegas when it crashed near a border city between Nevada and California on Friday night. Sarah Potter was told that Wigwe left Lagos State, Nigeria, Wednesday to watch the Super Bowl. 58 years old man. This is something else, man. This one shake everywhere. How? After all the labor? This is hard to take. After all the labor, he died alongside his wife and children. Is over just like that. It's just over. The whole family perished just like that. Hi. Now, wow. Get the way this life did, Disha. This is pathetic. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say because I'm shocked. This one just got to me like 3 minutes or 4 minutes ago. So it was not part of this broadcast. We're already on air for the past 54 minutes. So this one just came up now like I saw it like 4 minutes ago, and I believe people start sharing it for the past like 30 minutes ago, if I'm not mistaken. Now wow, such is life. Such is life. But meanwhile, let's move on. Now wow. This will not be Nigeria now. Instead of say, or for you to blame Nigerian government or blame a bad road or anything in Nigeria. This is America. It just happened. This is why we must stand for what is right. Just do what is right. Because you are not going to live forever. I'm not going to live forever. Nobody is going to live forever. Just do what is right. It doesn't cost you anything to do what is right. Even though everybody deserts you, nobody want to stay with you just because you're truthful, just because you say things how it is, just because you stand for what is right. It's okay. It's okay. It's not compulsory. Everybody must be there with you. Just do what is right. Just do what is right. You know, that's all. You know, I actually commented on the Today Ed Note on this particular you know, this man's death just now. You know, let me see if I can find my comment and put on the screen for you guys to know that I don't just talk here. Whatever I talk about here is the same thing I also talk about outside, everywhere of my life. This is what I talk about. You know, let's just do what is right and stand with do what is right, man. This is just crazy. It's really, really crazy. You know, okay, this is what I just wrote just now, 16 minutes ago. Let me put it on the screen so that you can see what I wrote on Today and Note concerning this particular one. Guys, press on the like button. Help us to press on the like button and let's do this together. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I guess you guys can still hear me though. All right. One moment. I'm trying to do this. I don't know. My system, is anybody on the panel hearing me at all? Can anybody hear me? Okay. People on the panel, but they're not responding to me. I'm just thinking. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. On the comment section.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, people have already responded from the comment section because everything will just post here for a reason I don't know. Yeah, this is what I just wrote on the concerning this man just now. As you can see right there, may his soul rest in peace. Let's do good because death is inevitable. None of us will live forever. Stand for what is right. Leave a good legacy and footprint. Maintain your integrity at all times. Don't derive pleasure in causing others pains. God bless you all. That is what I wrote on this particular man that just died now. And that is how life's supposed to be, even though we all know nobody is perfect. You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. But just do your best and do the right thing. Because you know, you don't know what tomorrow holds. You know, that's my take on that, though. May so rest in peace. Let me take another article quickly, guys, so that we can start talking. Like I said, for me, I will be happy we don't stay long here today, but let's see how it goes. Let me put this here. So Tinubu, they are planning heavily to jail whoever that criticized Tinubu on social media for 3 years in prison. You know, so this one came up today, as you all can see right there. You know, people are hungry. The government's supposed to prioritize that, but they are talking about how to arrest the people, whoever that criticize Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Criticizing Tinubu on social media may end you 3 years jail term. Amnesty International revealed this. Amnesty International has said critiques of President Bola Tinubu risk 3 years jail term, even as it condemns a fresh push for social media regulation by all progressive Congress-led governments. So this is the situation right now. We are beginning to head to a dictatorship government. Explaining the implication of social media regulations in a series of tweets on Saturday, the human rights organization said, unquote, the social media regulation law keenly pushed by Nigerian politicians is set to be subject to vague and broad interpretations and will impose incredibly harsh punishments simply for criticizing the authorities. With social media regulation, Amnesty International said social media users will be punished for freely expressing their opinions. Government can arbitrarily shut down the internet and limit access to social media. Criticizing the government will be punishable with penalties of up to 3 years in prison. So yes, this is what I never see anything. No. I never see anything for Nigeria. But meanwhile, I'd like us to go on. What I'm supposed to be seeing this government talking about is what the people is currently facing. For example, today, other kidnapping happened where a driver was killed and all the passengers were kidnapped, but a little girl, was left behind. Watch this.
The guy won turn. Maybe they come from Lagos. I don't know where they come from. No, they come from Lagos. None of us eat for that place now. Okay, Papure. Yeah. None of us eat there. See this small girl now. Eh? 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 Okay, they come out the father. Yeah. Okay, from inside this bus. Now only him there now. Ah! They don't kill the driver. Yeah. If again, yeah.
I'll have to stop you right there, but that video was actually posted on our group and it's circulating everywhere on social media right now. This happened today. For those of you that is thinking, or some satanic set of you that comes to this platform to try to deceive the gullible Nigerians, everything is working in Nigeria, is very, very unfortunate. As you can see, for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, every single day is a pathetic story. Nigeria or formulate this is reality. This is the realism of what we all are facing in our country. That happens today. All the passengers, as we all speak right now, they say bush. So they talk right now. That little girl, a papa and a mama, according to what they were saying on that video, they kidnapped them, come out. So they left the baby girl there. But they carry papa and mama come out. What, I don't understand. And some people say we're not there war not there Nigeria and all that. So what do we call this then? I don't know. What do we call this? Banditry, kidnapping, terrorism, then hunger just constantly join. Bad economy. What do we call this? For me, I don't know. It's very sad. I hope something good happen anytime soon. Fingers crossed. But this is sad. We told you guys not to vote this satanic APC. There's some people, you told you everybody was joking or just we just wanted to talk. I dedicated my platform to do the right thing, how Nigeria can be better. Some of you criticized me on this platform. Look what we all are facing today. This is what we're trying to avoid. I and my wonderful panelists, my callers, my commenters, my good ones though. This is what we're trying to avoid. Look what we all are facing right now. Unfortunately, I commented on the platform today on Instagram. I don't know which video I commented on, but somebody accused me of saying that all these Igbo people now still they cry. I never still cry finish. Just imagine. Yes, I remember that. Yes, I commented by saying that we should stop practicing anything to do with tribalism, nepotism, and all that, ethnicism and all that. The person just started. He just switched to Obi and Igbo people. What is happening right now? All these kidnappers, then they ask people where they say, boss, say, which tribe are you? Then they ask them, say, okay, we want to kidnap everybody now, beg. Which tribe are you? Prove it to me. Speak this language for us to know that the people who they look for or whatever. I don't understand. Or this hunger, where they strike right now for Nigeria. If you want to buy food stuff now, then they ask which tribe will you be before they sell for you. What is wrong with us? Why do we like to fight ourselves? When the things that is happening is affecting us, it's not even affecting the politicians. Are you going to tell me the way Nigeria had, so say politicians go, they will suffer before they stock their house with food? Thank you very much, everybody. I think we should start talking. And that is all I have for every one of you today. Let's start talking. I'd like to take calls quickly before I come back to the panel. Okay, nobody's calling in right now. Callers, if you want to call in, you have just 20 seconds, then so that I can pick a call. 20 seconds if you are watching us live, because some of you, I noticed that some of you, they watch us like 10 minutes before live. The time we person that they give submission, some people will now start calling. I don't know, maybe you pause and you go kitchen. When you come back, you start playing again, then you're already behind. So if you're not watching us live and you are calling while my panelist is talking and I not pick, it's not intentional. It's just that you didn't call on the right time. So we have, okay, yes, this caller that is ever calling now is a wonderful one. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Mr. Jawad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody in the panel.
Thank you,
Good evening. Give us a mandate. Thank you for yesterday. I really appreciate you for the womankind. You have feeling of womankind. May God bless you. My talk today is that Tinubu says you arrest everybody. You should come arrest me first. You should arrest. You should not. It should start for me to arrest me. I'm ready to go to jail. You should come and pick me. It cannot stop criticizing. Stop us from criticizing him. If you don't want to criticize him, you should go to his house. We are feeding you with government money. We are feeding with our Nigerians' money. With our taxpayers' money. If you don't want to criticize, you go back to your house. If you don't want to criticize us, go back to your house. Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are going through a lot of problems. And you said they should not criticize you. What do we mean? We are going to criticize you. If you like, carry all of us, you put for jail. I'm ready to go to jail. Carry me. I'm ready to go to jail. And I'm just telling you now, tomorrow, I'm going to give my identity for you to come and pick me. I will expose my identity for you to come and pick me. I'm in Abuja here. We said should not criticize him. Why do we not to criticize? Nigerians are hungry. A lot of things are going on. Yesterday, I was complaining to you. Look, the medicine I'm buying one or two before. Each one is more than 6 different types of medicine. Now one alone is costing 5,000. And we are telling you now, everything has cleansed.
Excuse me, sir.
The rice is selling rice before. Believe me, last 3 years, we buy rice at 20,000.
Okay, sir. Let me quickly say this before you go, please. Somebody asked me to give you 20,000 naira so that you can add to buy your medicine. Please send your account to Niger Watch number so that I can send the 20,000 naira to you, sir.
Niger Watch. The person I do well, but I'm not begging. I'm trying to explain my feeling to you.
Yeah, but that's fine. No, we know you are not begging, sir. You are trying to tell us what we all or what you guys in Nigeria are facing, but still, but we are humans as well. So somebody were very touched and asked me to give you 20,000 naira. I think that will help you to buy few medicine as well, because your statement yesterday was very touchful, saying that you have stroke and you could not afford your medicine anymore. So we understand, Irisa.
Mr. Dan, thank you very much, and God bless that person, and God bless you too. Let me tell you, we are going to criticize him. If he like presence, if he like, he should come and tell all of us. Next tomorrow, I'm going to call Mr. Najaro. I'm going to expose my distance here. He should come and pick me first. I'm ready to go to jail. I'm ready to go to jail. And that day, if you want me to die, say that day.
Thank you very much.
What is life? Life is about what? See, now you are talking of someone now went and we joined plane to go and watch match. All the family, they die. What is life for?
Thank you, sir. Thank you
what
very
is
much.
Life for?
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Naja.
God bless
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let me pick another call. Mr. Ben, thanks very much for calling in. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
Hello, Owale. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to everybody on the panel. Good afternoon to all Nigeria Watch family. Before I go into what I want to say, the man that just spoke right now.
Yeah.
I can message you. I will message you on WhatsApp after this call, please. I need that man's account number so I can send him 50,000 just for him to get whatever he wants to get.
You can send it to Nigeria Watch WhatsApp number so that I'll forward it to him.
Okay.
Yes, somebody already sent him 20,000 naira already. So yeah.
Yes. We at Nigeria Watch, I want the man to understand that we are all Nigerians, and no matter where we are in any part of the world, we are a family, and we always look out for each other. It doesn't matter what your ideology is, it doesn't matter who you're supporting, but one thing binds all of us together. We are all Nigerians. We all came from the same land. Our first footprint was left in that land called Nigeria. So that binds all of us together. So it is one for all for one. You see, hunger and insecurity hardship has taken over the whole country. Everybody's groaning, everybody's suffering. I said this yesterday when I called, or when I said we lost that opportunity to change the course of the country. When INEC was announcing this result and there was no outcry, there was no protest. I wish every Nigerian, stood up against that decision by INEC to impose an illegitimate government on us. All of this would have been avoided. At least we all know what Peter Obi stood for. We saw his plans. Mm-hmm. We saw everything he wanted to do, but they did not allow that man to come in. Yes, they did not allow that man to come in because they want the country to remain the way it is. They want to keep siphoning the country's resources. They want to keep impoverishing the people. Nigeria, what has happened to us? Every time a new government comes in, we are always saying that the former government is better than the new one. And people are saying Buhari's government is even better than Tinubu. Look, you can imagine what's going on. And we have 4 years of this government. Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. Thank you very much. I'll message you on WhatsApp now, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right, guys. I appreciate every one of you. We are not raising money on this platform. So somebody actually messaged me, somebody that doesn't call into the show at all, messaged me this afternoon, a lady saying that she watched a video, because I caught that short part, and I shared it across all social media platforms for people to know what we are facing in Nigeria. So, and she sent 20,000 naira. I told her that she should join the show tonight and listen to us. That, although she tried to stop me so that we don't talk about it on air, I said no. As long as the money belongs to somebody else, I will call the man on live. I was surprised that the man called by himself just now. So please, we're not raising money, but yeah, if you want to help anybody right now, you don't necessarily have to do it through my channel. I'm doing the same thing as well. People are suffering in Nigeria right now. Do what you can to help the people back home. I appreciate every one of you. Let me quickly pick this call, and then we take it from here so that I can come to the panel. I only have 2 people on the panel. So thank you, madam. Thanks for calling in. Thank you, madam. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
I just want to talk freely. I don't want to follow. put my mouth a bit in little things that you spoke about. I just want to speak from the depth of my heart.
Okay.
What is the benefit of life after you have walked and run from end to end to make ends meet, and you lost your life like a chicken? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because of this man that just lost his life, that owns the Access Bank,
that one pay me,
with his wife and his family.
Very sad.
What is the benefit of life that Tinubu and his ministers and all of them, they are packing money, living in luxury, and your life can just be snapped away from you at any given time? Vanity upon vanity. What is the essence of life? If you see your fellow human being hungry, if you see your own fellow human being cannot cook, and you hear a sound of cry in your neighborhood that somebody has just lost their life because of hunger, what is the benefit of life? What is the reason why we say, let us be our brother and our sister keeper? What is the benefit of love that Jesus said? He said the greatest of all. He says, love God Almighty, and love your neighbor as yourself. What is the benefit of life if you pass on the street and your car pour water on somebody's body, and the person is standing dead, wet, and you are driving into your house? What is the benefit of life when a little girl and his family traveled, and they took the dad and mom and left her alone in that car? What is the benefit of life, my brothers and sisters? From my heart, I'm speaking this. If we see our brothers and sisters who are hungry and we cannot help them, what is the benefit of life of Nigerians? That means nothing to people, means nothing to the government of Nigeria. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. What is the benefit of our life if we are here and we are seeing all what is happening? Like that, what I need to stop. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. That was a very emotional expression. Yeah, I agree with her. What's the benefit of life if you choose to live life the other way around? The situation of Nigeria is pathetic. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for calling in. Please talk to us.
Hello, Niger Wash.
Thank you, sir. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, man, I was so this news you broke out this afternoon, it was so sad, man. That's my bank. That's where I bank, though. It was so sad. Oh man, just gonna want to come here and watch the game, but by tomorrow and meet their sudden deaths, the whole family. It's a pity. May that souls rest in peace, man. Yeah, issue of the Tinubu government or Balablu. What I would say, these people, when they get into power first, they first to reach their pockets. All this crying, Nigeria cry, it's not touching them. Don't mind the way they would be pretending that they are hearing the cry of masses. They don't. Because when the first place, when you go ahead and purchase car of 160 million for one senator or assembly or House of Assembly. So what do you think? Do you think of the masses, or do you think of your so-called government? Oh, those people you want to secure them for anybody harming them, buying bulletproof car, SUV for them. So the ordinary people on the street, so they don't need the protection. So it's too bad that all this is happening in Nigeria. I don't wanna scream today, man, because Nigeria is what it is. Every day we come in here and keep saying one thing, hammering on the issue that's happening in Nigeria, and the government they deaf and dumb. They don't hear, they don't see. It's so bad. And then the issue of the food. That's where everything lies now. Because people will start, in fact, the crime will increase. It will increase. Because when somebody look at his or pocket, you don't see anything, no 1 naira, no 2 naira. It will even where they're cooking, it can go there and take the food from the fire and go away.
Thank you.
It will start like that.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, guys. Let me come to the panel. This man's, story really, how do I say, news really break my heart, though. Hi, God. The whole family is gone. Just like that, a billionaire. We are talking about billionaires in dollar, in pounds. Money could not hold him right now. Him, wife, and children, just gone, just like that. Ha. This life, there's a ghetto. Hi, God. Mr. I, thank you very much, sir, for joining us today. I appreciate you. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Okay, Mr. Ike is not there. Eze Shigbo, please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Okay, I'll wait for her to finish. I'll come back then.
Okay, yeah, evening, sir. Please give me a few minutes. I'm somewhere.
Okay, both of you cannot talk now. Then we are going to end the show.
No. Okay, if that is the case, I will talk right now. Okay.
Because only 2 people I have here. Both of you is not available.
Okay. Sorry.
No. We can't end the program. We can't.
You can't end it. I will start. Are we having Am I having a background noise? I don't want to. I'm just asking.
No. You are good.
Okay.
Quickly.
Okay. Now, about this week, sometime this week earlier on, the panelists were discussing why. Can I go back? Why Obi didn't authorize a protest after the elections? Again, I love to know what happened yesterday, and if I know what happened yesterday, that will inform my today and tomorrow's decisions, and when things are happening, I can analyze and put things together. If we see what has been happening in Nigeria, we know that it's not a wise thing to do. Okay? Maybe next time I will explain. It might take us time. It might take me time, and then I'm not an orator. So what he did was right, and Nigerians don't have to wait for him if they really want. Nigerian, what made Ben Ali to flee to Ben Ali of Algeria to flee to France was a man immolated himself in the public because of economic hardship a couple of years ago. This happened between maybe 5 or 6 years ago. One of the Arab Spring thing. Okay? So it was a no-no man. But Nigerians always try to hide under somebody. And let me tell you, if he had come out, I can guarantee you 100% that he will be betrayed along the way. Many people will pull out. That's Nigerian thing. And those that pull out will join the opposition. Okay? So it's not a wise thing for him to do. Anybody can blame him all that he can blame. But if you know, I keep saying it when I come to this political, this program, the political history of Nigeria is very important to all of us. Maybe those who grew either before or after the war that has forgotten what happened in the past. The same thing is still playing out today. Mr. Niger Watch, thank you for letting me come to this program. I have something that I will send to you. I would wish you look at it and see if it fits this program. I think it's relevant for today. See, the ruiners of this country embedded themselves in the organizers of various demonstrations that were happening because of the bad government in Nigeria since maybe 2009 or 2015 when Jonathan was there. Check it out. Each time we have a good government in Nigeria, they will bring them down. These people hate good government in Nigeria, but they are coming in the guise of helping the masses for suffering because they're suffering. Today, we can see it's all hypocrisy. We can see it. The likes of Wolo Soyinka, Tunde Bakare, you always see them organizing 1,500,000 or 100,000 or a million man march against the government. Where are they today? The Kutis, I don't know her name, it comes from the Kuti family. And the Oyegu and all of them. Where are they? This is time to organize Nigeria and say enough is enough. But today they are mute, completely mute, looking the other way. None of them has said anything that I know of. If any of them that has said things that we know of, please educate me. I'm a man, I don't know everything. I'm not omniscience and omnipresence. Now, looking at what you are talking about this morning, about the CEO, it's just an educative something. See, I love flying. I wanted to use it as a professional job. It didn't work out. Then I wanted it as a hobby. I would say this. I don't know very much about airplanes, but I am because of what I know. I am wary, and I'm connected to engineers, flight engineers, and aircraft engineers, and mechanics, and pilots, and professional pilots, and jet fighter pilots, and all kinds of things that have to do with airplanes. In my little information, I can say for educative purpose, people can live their life anywhere they want. If I have money, I will live on the fast lane. But if I'm living on the fast lane, whenever they say flying whenever I want to hire an airplane, I want to know, is it a single or double engine? Is it what does it take to fly it? Is it two pilots or one? See, these are safety issues for me in particular. Now, if you look at the engine of aircraft or any engine, your car engine, you see that there's always a pulley, there's always a belt going around it, and those belts are made of breakable things. They have lifespan. And in the air, if you are flying a single engine aircraft, as this guy has lost his life and his family, very pathetic. I'm sorry about that. But helicopter is not, I don't love helicopter because of the history, things I've read about them. One, the altitude they go to is very low, can be brought down by a tree or electrical installations. If you go and check the history of the crashes, many of them is because of the propeller hooked on the tree or under guy wires, electrical installations for communication installations, or that they flew under foggy weather that is questionable. So when somebody decides to live his life on the fast lane, let them also look at safety precautions that can save. See, the other footballer, the tall guy, I forgot his name now, that crashed with his daughter in California. It was just a simple, the airport didn't even authorize that flight per se, because the airport granted some other aircraft and they left because it was foggy. See, and then the propeller hooked on a tree or something and they just crashed. See, so these are precautionary issues to me in an aircraft. Single engines, you don't have a parking space up there. The maintenance history, I know. You see, if you hire a driver to drive you, you caution them, don't speed, slow down. Is the fuel enough to get us where we are going without fucking on the way? All those things. Maintenance. And if the engine stutters in the air, if you have an alternative, like pulls and begins to shake, the engine is not working fine. Do you have an alternative? These are things you do with single engine aircraft that I don't like. That can happen. But if it's a twin engine, the other engine that is good can push you to safety, to safe landing. You can switch. See, so
Wow.
you can switch engines, and you get you where you are going. It will get you to a safe place to land.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's something I want to send to you. I need your and it's either on WhatsApp or something. I don't have it, so it's a good clip that will tell us what is happening in Nigeria.
Send it to Nigeria Watch number.
Okay, I will look for it online. Right? I can
No.
get it
I'll
online.
put it on the screen right now. Let me put it on screen.
Unless I screenshot.
No. You can rewind it and play later and take it on screen.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you. Let me pick some calls, and I have people calling in before we move on to the next person. Okay. Thank you very much for calling in. Hello. Okay, this person is not there. I'm trying to call you back. Okay, you're not even picking. Okay, that's fine. All right, let me call on the next person. Mr. Ike, are you free to talk now?
Yes, my brother, I am. Good evening.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you once again. Please talk to us, sir.
I'm particularly in a very, very low spirit because of the death of Wigwe. I was in the industry with him. All these companies, banks, CEOs like this, the relationship with media cannot be overemphasized. Especially Access Bank is one company that loves the media so much. He invested so much into advertising. So that's where the relationship between his bank particularly and the media industry, where I worked for about 16 years, that's where it comes in. And I'm particularly touched by his death. He has he's no more the CEO of Access Bank, but he has moved into facing the university. He has a university that he just built and completed. That's the university that people were saying that their fees are in dollars. If you remember, sometime last week, that news broke when they said, how come that Wigwe University is charging school fees in dollars? And he came to explain that why they did it is, yes, that's the same person. That's actually the same person. He hurts me so much that all he has worked in life just ended in a split second.
And his family as well.
Family, that's the same kind of thing that happened to that pastor. If you remember Monroe that died, Conroe, I think it's Conroe or something like that, that died with his wife in the same helicopter. I have many friends that will never, under any circumstances, fly with the whole family in the same aircraft. I have many of them that will never. Either the wife goes first or the children go. I'm not saying death cannot meet you anywhere, especially in our country now when death can meet you even in your own home when you didn't go out. So rest in peace to Herbert and his family. Is so unfortunate, coming to watch Super Bowl that actually is the biggest game in the US, is the biggest. Everybody will be glued to television, all the viewing centers and so on. To this family now, that joyous moment has turned to sorrow for them, sorrow that will never be forgotten. My heart goes out to the family. I am deeply touched by this. And coming back to our politics, now you see, yesterday, they say he left on Wednesday, full of life. Yesterday we are alive, today we are no more. What is this fight about? What is this greed about? That somebody, do you know that the richer you go, Mr. Elvis, do you know the richer you grow, the less food you eat? So what are we going to do with all of this money? It's so insane when they come into somebody's account and you find billions. It is all useless. If you have to keep 3 clothes and somebody is naked, it's even a problem on you. Then think about when it runs into billions. What are we going to do with all of those money? Nobody rides 2 cars at the same time. Even if there are 150 vehicles on your motorcade, you can't be in 2 at the same time. Nobody sleeps on 2 beds at the same time. Even if they have to join 3 or 4 beds, you cannot spread out and be in all of them at the same time. So when I see the things that happen in our dear country, I wonder whether anybody will go outside this world with money or with material thing. I am deeply, deeply, deeply shocked to hear this because I worked closely with him. Our politics, the way security situation in our country, it gives us, when you say sober moment, you don't even know how to think about it. The madam that called Love of God, she became emotional about the whole thing. And she couldn't continue. She couldn't continue. It is so terrible where you find out that from being in the midst of plenty, like I usually say, natural resources itself does not make a country. Natural resources. It is the management of those natural resources that makes a country. The UK that you live in, I don't think they have any natural resource. What the UK is living with is intelligence, knowledge, services to the people. If you make your place a good and comfortable place, tourists will come and give you money. Dubai succeeded today because they saw that oil as something that can come and go. We are not living like people that this oil might go the next day. It wasn't here from the beginning. And one day it might go. If it doesn't go, the dependence on oil will one day be so reduced that it will become a liability to you. Some 10 years ago, people were not talking about so much about electric cars. These days, electric cars, the speed at which electric cars are going, time will come when the gas fuel vehicles will be less important. Nobody will want to go into them. So if we don't build our country now that we still have something that the international community or the other countries in the world need, we might eventually drink this oil ourselves. No hospitals, no schools. Yesterday I was watching and I saw the school in Abia State that had to close because some people have not paid their fees. So those that paid their fees that could afford it could not be allowed to write final exams. And the school, it went into rioting, and the school was shut down. So those people that would have kept themselves busy studying, writing exam, what do you think they would do when they are forced to go home? That's that idle mind that becomes the devil's workshop. How many people, every day we are churning out poor people in the streets, every day. every day. That's a time bomb. Any country that the youths are not having anything to do is a time bomb, because they must channel that energy into something. If they don't have any positive thing to channel the energy into, they will channel it into negative things. And the government will not be able to contain it. Nigeria is a youthful country. The majority of people in Nigeria are the youths. So if they don't manage this situation, it will get to a stage where nobody will be able to drive on the street with an expensive vehicle, because immediately they will see you as part of the oppressors. They will see you as part of the oppressors. Every day the gap between the rich and the poor is widening in our country. Every day is widening. It will get to a stage where no army, no police can control the outburst. I drop my mic. Thank you.
Mr. Ike, thank you very much. I'm just getting another information now, Mr. Ike, that there were other people in the helicopter that died with Mr. Herbert. You know, Mr. Herbert, his wife, his 2 children, and the group, the Nigeria Exchange Group PLC, Abibola Ogunbanjo, amongst the victims of the fatal helicopter crash. So important people were just in the helicopter. All of them died. Wow, this one pay me, Sha. To be honest, this one, God, kind of labor. This is a proper definition of labor in vain. Yes, this is a proper definition of labor in vain. A man that have worked so hard is now a billionaire in dollars. He wants to die. He didn't die alone. All he have worked for all his life, everything went with him except the money. It's strange. He died. His wife died. His children died. Just like that. Just like that. Then why are we fighting ourselves then? If you are listening to me now and you're going to play back this video later on, what is that thing you are fighting others for? What is that thing that is causing you to hate your neighbor? You hate some people so much, you don't want to see them with your eyes. What is that thing? What is that thing that you are causing everyone's pains for just because you want to achieve it? So, now so life you're rich, eh? Everybody died. So who is going to tell the story now? Who is going to talk about this prospectively? Say, okay, my daddy was a billionaire when he was trying to go watch a sport and all that in America, you know, had an accident with an helicopter and died. So who's going to do that? I don't know. There's so many questions that we might not even see answers to. The man died alongside his wife and children for a short break holiday. Say, okay, on Wednesday they left Lagos. Make we go watch this match. Make we return back on Monday, which they're supposed to be returning back this next tomorrow, back to Lagos. Just like that. I'm not very say my voice they sound like this because I'm just surprised. I have been trying to digest these things to control myself, but I don't know. It still doesn't make no sense to me. This is a proper definition of labor in vain. I pray God Almighty none of us, anybody listening to me right now, even though you are my enemy, you don't like me, anybody at all listening to me now, and myself, none of us will labor in vain in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. This is a proper definition of labor in vain. This is sad. It's so sad. If it was the man alone, obviously it's still going to be sad. At least life goes on. The wife can look after the children can move on, and everybody is gone. The trace. How? There are some story one don't need to hear at all. To be honest, there are some story you don't need to hear. I don't know how this will leave my head in the next couple of days from now. It's so sad. So I don't know, how are we going to learn from this now? Not to go anywhere together with your family, or I don't know. How do we advise ourselves on this now, God? Say, okay, if you are traveling, just go alone. Then your wife can meet you later, your husband can meet you later, your children will not come with a different car or plane or helicopter. I don't understand. It's so sad. Just imagine the pains, the sadness in their family right now, the sadness in the lives of those that love this man, that is close, his associate, his family, his relatives. If me that doesn't know this man personally, I don't know him, I never seen him before, apart from say I just read things about him, they see him for television. If I can feel this way, or if some of you can feel this way, what about the family members right now? I've never seen anything. Maybe, for example, now people say Nakama, now put around all that. I've never read any article bad against this man. I've never. So even though the karma wants to come, the best way to do something bad, take only him now, leave children and wife or husband alone. So this is a proper definition of labor in vain. See, people be talking about that thing, that somebody will labor in vain. This is the proper definition. And I pray, God Almighty, please, God, don't let any of us listening to me right now, none of us will labor in vain in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Even though we know that life is short, even though we know death is inevitable, even though we know someday we all will go, but not this way. Not this way. Not this way. This is sad. I'm just, my head no fit think another thing against this. All I'm just thinking, imagine, it's may their souls rest in peace. Just imagine that Wednesday where they come out, their bodyguards, their security men, their house help, everybody. Oga, okay, Oga, madam, okay, safe journey, sir. Okay, sir, yes, sir. When he arrived at the airport, since that billionaire, where everybody know, safe journey, sir, and all that. Didn't know that this man is, and his wife and children, they are not coming back anymore to Nigeria. Never again. We are not going to ever hear from them again forever. So that's what life you're rich. And some of them now, way they listen to me right now, your heart strong, cocoa, like stone. Your heart strong like stone. Some of them now day here now they listen to me now. Some of them now they talk say lie, I'm not gonna forgive. Oh, I'm not gonna ever forgive that person. Never over my dead body. Some of them now they talk those words here. What are you going to gain by causing others pains? What are you going to gain? What are you going to gain? Life is short. I pray God give us long life and good health. I just wanted to, talk on this again. It's really pathetic. Engineer Francis, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Please talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Thank you very much. This is a very sad chain of events.
Okay.
But, well, may his soul and the souls of all the faithful departed rest in peace. And he's just such a young man. He still has a whole lot ahead. Anyway, such is life. Well, I was actually going to comment on this freedom of speech issue. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please look and see where this train is going. And to you, Mrs. Remy Tinubu, look and see where this train is going. And if you have to advise your husband, advise him. Don't go there. When you get to the stage where your option is to gag Nigerians or to deprive them that freedom of speech, that is a very dangerous lane. Don't go there. You, Mr. Tinubu, you know what it means. You were a part of Nadeko. And that was was it Abacha's days or some days when you knew the value of freedom of speech. Don't deny Nigerians that freedom. What I will suggest is this. I think it's about 14 days or so left in this month of February. Dedicate this month of February to Nigeria's cause. And this is what I would do if I were you. You see that subsidy that you took out? Tomorrow, get on the news and say subsidy is back. Bring it back. If you bring it back, fuel prices will come down, transportation will come down, almost the prices on everything that's transported will start coming down. And then in fact, you might as well call your entire national security team. How many soldiers do we have? Split them into 36 for the 36 states. And when they get to any state, they are now under the command of that state governor. And let that governor apply them to those hotspots where the bandits and all those people are. If they have to accompany the farmers to the farms, let them do that. Call it state of emergency or whatever you call it, but do that. Reduce that transportation fares and have our military, they go for ECOMOG missions outside, don't they? Good. Let them do it inside Nigeria now. Right now, just for the month of the rest of February. Do that. Give every state governor for now, with this thing, you are the commander-in-chief. Apply this number of soldiers to where you need them. And let me see how the bandits and all this kidnapping will be going on. But when you keep doing these things that you are doing, making it look as if all is well, all is not well. Look at Nigerians begging for food. Nigerians, the same Nigeria that I know. And you are watching it. You see, that's what makes people think that you may not even be a Nigerian. Because if you feel that pride in you, you will know that this is not Nigerian to be begging for food. Remy, yourself, why can't you just slap him one night in the face and tell him to wake up? I don't mean slap in terms of a fight, but, just a pillow smack. Wake up. Do something for your people. Because whatever he's doing, it appears to me that he is listening to a lot of vampires, a lot of bloodsuckers that are, or they make up his panel and his advisors. And one will bring up one bad plan, another one will bring up another even worse plan, and they are competing to know which plan is worse than the whole. And that is not the Nigeria we know. Can you imagine the kind of martial moves you're making? Look at the central bank. All of a sudden, you send dollars, it will not be paid in dollars anymore. And this thing is something that took effect without notice. Is that how Nigeria has deteriorated to that level? Oh boy. I really hate to be in your position, Mr. Tinubu, but you can help it if you can wake up for just 2 weeks. These 2 weeks, yes, we will forgive you. You will say, hey, I found out that removal of this fuel subsidy is premature. We have to phase it in. So for that reason, I'm bringing it back and then we will phase it out over time. But for now, fuel subsidy is back. Believe me, NNPC will adjust immediately and the fuel prices will come down. And then the next thing, you call your military guys, hey, just split the army into 36. One state will get one state will get one, and then you will tell the governors, these guys are under your command, apply them to wherever the insecurity is the most. And this is not going to be what it will be, but for now, just make sure you quench that insecurity. It will sound drastic, but guess what? It will do the job. Because with that done, farmers will now be going to farm. In fact, if the governor wishes, he will let the military be accompanying the farmers to their farms for that protection until the National Assembly creates a national guard, which will now be the point where all the people from the local government will go to their local government and enroll and be part of the National Guard. Until that is done, for now, use your army to set this. Those two areas, and then sit back and drink some beer, because you will start seeing something happening. Nigerians are not lazy. Nigerians are not beggars. You don't give them food. I mean, you don't give them fish today to have them come back again. No, just show them how to fish. That's what Nigerians are. So this thing that you are doing, palliative, or I've never heard of that palliative even before I left Nigeria. So all these palliative things that you guys are bringing up, they're giving a beggar fish to have him come back tomorrow. Stop that. That's not Nigeria. That's not the Nigeria I know. We prefer to do it ourselves. Just show us how you did it or whatever, and we will do it. Don't give us fish today and have us come back tomorrow. In fact, throw that away from your dictionary. That palliative thing, throw it away. And that ministry you created for hunger or whatever, that better dues ministry, scratch that. That's nonsense. Instead, put that money into the Ministry of Labor or whatever that will train people and keep count of who is unemployed and who is underemployed. In fact, today is just not a bad day, but on Monday, I will take you back that memory lane of freedom of speech, which you yourself, President Bola Tinubu, you walked through that freedom of speech road during your days with Nadeko. Why are you trying to take it away from Nigerians? What is this nonsense about? Are we North Korea now? To impose something on media? Watch. There's something you have to watch. Don't push Nigerians to that place you're pushing. Remember Socrates, before he took that poison, he said that life that has lost its dignity and worth should not be preferred to death. And that's when he took that poison. If you push Nigerians to where they start feeling that way with their backs on the wall, I don't think you will like what will happen, because they will not go ahead and take that poison, but they might take it in a different way. So please, now that there is peace, try to nurture that peace and try to save our country. Thank you very much. And Mrs. Tinubu, please, I get the feeling that you are the one that makes the decisions, because those Bajamia, Mila, or whatever, and all those people, all these their crazy ideas will not get to your husband except if you approve it. But please, whatever you do, do not approve anything that will gag the Nigerians or anything that will blind the Nigerians. Freedom of speech and freedom of expression, all those are God-given freedoms. And even the U.S. Supreme Court Justice Kennedy, in his speech, said it too, that in fact, that freedom of speech is an offspring of freedom of thought. We are supposed to be able to think. And out of that thinking, we speak. Those are God-given. Do not even get any place close to denying Nigerians that freedom. Thank you very much. Thank you, Niger Watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Engineer Francis. May God bless you. Appreciate you coming around today. Thank you, everybody, for your time with us today. I think I will need to play tomorrow because I put it here before, but I can't find it. I don't know where it is, So, but nevertheless, I want everybody to understand that I appreciate you all for your time with us today. I'd like to give a quick final submission, for those of us that are still here with us, but I really wanted to play that video, but I couldn't find it. I don't know why. I thought I brought it here. Okay, yes, I think I got it.
Members of the Nigeria Union of Pensioners are threatening
Okay, I got it. Finally.
Nigeria Union of Pensioners are threatening to embark on a nationwide protest over the rising cost of living and its impact on their monthly pensions. The national president of the union also condemned the exclusion of pensioners from the ongoing negotiation for 100,000 naira minimum of pension for pensioners.
In Nigeria, governments don't think about the poor people. They only think about themselves. Otherwise, how can a pensioner in Enugu receive as low as 450 naira? How can this be? We wish to propose the sum of 100,000 naira as the national minimum pension to the tripartite committee, in line with the proposed 200,000 national minimum wage by the NLC, as anything short of that would incur the wrath of the pensioners who are hard hit by the prevailing economic hardship. I am going to lead Nigerian pensioners naked. I mean, naked. When we are going to protest, we are going to go naked on the streets to ram down this, so that the world will see the Nigerian pensioners in Nigeria are demonstrating naked. If they like, they will arrest us I say, why do you go naked on the streets?
Yes, that is the situation of the country. You are seeing it there before now. Still say Nigeria wash. We report it the way it is. Yes, that's elderly men talking right there that they're going to go naked on the street to protest over 450 naira. They say that they paid them, according to him just now, and they pay pensioners. Hi, Nigeria, God, nothing is working in the country, and it's so painful, man. Nothing is working in the country. In all this, you still see people who say, don't be Tinubu start time. If it be like that before. So if it was like that before, must it continue? Is that not the reason why a new government came in? I don't understand how people try to justify the pains that is going on in Nigeria. How? People attack you on social media saying that after all, it was like that Buhari time. So you people shouldn't blame Tinubu. So now, you have new government. New government, what is the purpose of having new government, for example? Is it to destroy, to add to the pains that you are facing, or to reduce it? Because the purpose of having new government is to alleviate the pains that you all are facing. Then you all come here or there or anywhere to try to justify the situation we are facing in Nigeria. I don't feel the carry headache for the matter every day. I'll just present it, I'll let it be. Because it looks like sometimes we are talking, you have this kind of people that is just there to counter you, to tell you don't know what you are saying and all that. You see, elderly man is crying, 450 naira, they are paying there for pension. 450 naira. Hey, God. Now, what? I pity for all our police and armies, though. How those ones, how much they go come they pay them, if they don't retire? Sad. But meanwhile, give us a mandate. Just join us right now. Good evening to you. Give us a mandate. I appreciate you. Please talk to us. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry, I think can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay, good evening to you and the panelists and everyone. Hopefully everyone is having a good weekend. Everyone is having a good weekend and you're enjoying yourself. Actually calling based on the news of that Nigerian that actually had a crash while going to Las Vegas for that Super Bowl final. I mean, I was already getting ready tomorrow, even though my team did not make it to the final. We're almost there, but it's just a sincere condolence to the family because I mean this is an American tradition.
We lost you. We can't hear you anymore. Give us Amanda. Are you there?
Pizzas here and there, crawfish and all that, and this one is happening. Oh, my heart goes out to the family of that man. Um, oh, it's a sad situation, but we pray that God will console them and be with their families and everyone that is involved in this tragic loss. So sad. Now, the issue of Nigeria, based on the last video that you showed, right? The pensioners did not start their suffering today. The sufferings of the pensioners have been only God know when. But now to now be reduced to receiving 450 naira as pension is not even the worst. And so, like you said, the reason why people actually campaign to either become a president or either vice president or even senators is because they feel that the previous administration did not do things right and they want to put things right. Now, in some other places, maybe they feel that, oh, this person has done a good job, but we can take it further to a next level. Obama came in with the mantra of change. and then he was able to do what he needs to do. Now Trump came in, America first. He did what he needs to do. Now Biden came in. Now you can see all of those progression. And that's how it happens all over the world. But only in Nigeria, the current people in power are blaming on the people that left power. Now, and Peter Gregory Obi told them, when you get to office, it is not for you to start blaming people. The reason why you canvass or you vow for that position is because you feel that you have something in your brain that can actually step the country forward or move the country forward from the past administration. But now, if you look at these elements in power today, even though the people that ruled before them for 8 years were the same party, that means they don't have a party ideology. The party does not have any progress structure in place. And listen to that word, progress structure in place. Because if there is a party ideology, both for APC, PDP, and whoever is there, now Buhari left and he said these guys in quotes will take over from where he stopped. Now that was their party mantra and ideology. But where did he stop? He stopped at taking Nigeria's back 50 years based on Aisha Yesufu's ideology, analogy. Mine analogy was 20 years, but Aisha said 50 years. Now, Buhari said these guys in power today, they will continue from where he stopped. That means they are going to continue to take Nigeria back forward, maybe another 100 years. And that's what you're seeing. There's a video in circulation now, and it happened in the Southwest. Do you know what is happening now? They are drinking Gari and Kuli at Owambe. I'm in my car. I can share that video with you maybe if I get down and enter the house. They are now drinking Gari and using Kuli to shock it in the Southwest at Owambe. That is how bad it has gotten to. That now, when you go to party, they give you a bowl, they give you water, and they give you maybe 1 milk cup of Gari, and they give you some, maybe about 5 or 4 Kuli to drink the Gari, and after everything, you go back. That is how bad it has gotten to. The video is in circulation. Renewed hope, renewed shege, renewed Kuli and Gari at Owambe. Where? In Yoruba land. Omowoni Konjekoshe, their son is doing it now, and they are feeling the heat. They are now drinking Gari and Ekpa and Kuli at Owambe. Because what? These guys don't have any political ideology. Like I said, government thrive on 2 things: fiscal policy and monetary policy. These ones don't have it. And like we said some days ago, you cannot rig yourself into office and rig good governance. If you don't have it, you don't have it. These guys don't have it. They cannot do it. They will not do it. On the issue of subsidy removal, over here in the United States, there are subsidy on several things. There are subsidy on several things. Now you want to remove subsidy without any plan in place. Without any plan in place. And all they can tell you is that, oh, the subsidy removal thing was not part of the speech that was written for the president in quotes, for the criminal drug baron. The subsidy removal thing was not part of his speech. Then how did he spill subsidy removal out of his mouth? Did he forget? Did he even was he thinking? And if you look well properly on that day of inauguration, they had to be dragging him, they had to be shocking him, they had to be guiding him, they had to be guiding him so that he doesn't fall down. He was even confused. He was confused on inauguration day. The guy was confused. So Yoruba will say that the Friday that will be better, you will know on Thursday. From the day of inaugurations, Nigeria already knew that this guy is confused, because on that podium, they have to be guiding him. What a shame on the Nigerian army. What a shame. What a shame. You have to be guiding a confused human being. That very day, you know that Nigeria is already in problem. The very first day that this guy was on that podium, he was confused. That is when you know that Nigeria has entered into one chance. Nigeria entered into one chance, and they are suffering it. Now they are drinking gari and they are eating kulikuli at Owambe. In which land? In Yoruba land. I know pity you. I know. In fact, I know sympathize with you. In fact, I am even laughing. I am joyful that it is happening to you guys, because you guys said it is your son. It is your son. Let him do it. He's doing it now. Why are you crying? Don't cry. Don't complain. Don't cry. Is your son. Let him do it. Now, if you send dollar back home, you will not get dollar, you get naira. What a country. What a country. There is no way you can do it. Foreign currency we form part of your economy. What are you doing to help your own economy is the situation? You cannot say Nigerians should not bring in dollars or pounds into their country. No. Foreign currency will form part of your economy, because why? You exchange trade with other countries. Only in Nigeria, containers enter into the country, but they leave empty. Imagine if there's a balance of trade between Nigeria and China. Imagine if Nigeria is producing and those containers, they arrive, and as they are going back to China, we load them with what we are producing. It will help stabilize our economy. But no, these guys are there to consume. And that's what Mr. Peter told them. He said from consumption to production. What is Nigeria? Nigeria is importing toothpicks, matches that the world have left some years ago. Nigeria is importing it. What are we producing? Now they don't know anything. They cannot do anything. On issue of security, security is not a rocket science. It is not rocket science. It is not rocket science. Security is not rocket science. And it's not about recruiting more armies or soldiers. No. It's about what are you doing with the people that you have in the force today? What are you doing with them? Are you using them wisely? Are you making use of them? How are you dispatching them to be able to face insurgency and insecurity? Technology. Nigerian military have drone, but they use their own drone to kill their own people. Nigerian military, they have drone, but the drone that they would have used against terrorists, they use that drone to kill their own people. So what are we saying? These guys, they don't know anything. They've lost touch with the reality of time. All they come to do is to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Now he has told you he's going to watch the world. He's going to watch the African Cup of Nations in the place where he's been hosting, and Nigerians are suffering. His own priority is that he came to dance, and he's dancing. Nothing for them to do. Nurses now are suffering their own. When we should be if we can produce nurses that can be even nurse general in every part of the world, why not do it? Because those people will send money back home. They will remit back home. Only in Nigeria, they have manpower. They have everybody, people that can work, but they are rendering them useless. The vast land in the north. Sorry to use this word. The Almajiri guys can be put in the farmland to cultivate tea, cocoa, and everything that can be exported to other part of the country. In Edo, you can have palm oil plantation that can be exported all over the world. Uniben can be a research center for palm oil. Uniben can be a research center for different things. But what are they doing? They are there to loot and to loot and to loot and to loot. The airspace. There are young pilots all over the world that can be brought back to Nigeria. What can we do to our own airport? My own local airport here, DAW Airport, is extending to Terminal F, and the contract is about 50 billion US dollar in a community in Dallas. 50 billion US dollars. That is just like maybe say like Lagos. 50 billion US dollars just to extend or expand just one terminal. But Nigeria, what are they doing? They are destroying their own properties. No light even at airports. My brother, what more ideas can we give to these people? You give them the idea, they cannot implement it because what? Their head cannot assimilate. They cannot assimilate. They cannot even phantom it. From the very first day, the guy lost touch with reality of time. Now Nigerians are drinking gari and eating kulikuli at Owambe. Pensioners are getting 400 naira or 450 naira. And they are still deliberation on the day they will go on strike. They are deliberating on the day that they will eat the streets. I know they are old men. I know they are grandpas. But that's why you need to eat the street as soon as possible, because these guys, they are stealing your money. They are stealing in billions, and they are giving you peanuts, and you are deliberating on the day you eat the streets. What a sad situation. My brother, thank you for the time. I will yield the mic here, but Nigerians, especially Yorubas, Iyauti Jenny, Mugari, Mugari
Thank you.
Dada, Jebolisi. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. I appreciate you, sir.
God bless you. Thank you very much for coming to put your voice out there today. God bless you, my brother. I appreciate you. Engineer Francis, please give us your final submission so that we round up, sir.
Thank you. In this final submission, I have an idea. Every area in Nigeria, you guys have your members of the National Assembly. You have the members of the House of Reps and the senators. When hunger kills anybody in that area, in that region, please, guys, don't worry about burying that person. Carry the body to the gate of that senator and dump it there. And if you guys have to start any kind of like demonstration or a march, start from the house of that your local senator or rep. If you guys have, you see, there's this proverb in Igbo land that says, it's only when you are close to the cheek of the next person, that's when you can slap it. If you're far from the cheek, you can't. So, since those ones in your region are the ones you can see, they are the ones you sent to Abuja to represent you. And they went there and decided to buy 160 million naira bulletproof car. Good. They are the ones that you need. You know, your car can develop problems. You know, you can be driving and the engine will quit on you. Oh, yes. It's unfortunate if the engine quit on you in front of his gates. And then the next person, his engine will quit on him in front of his gates. And by the time you know it, there are 200 cars blocking his gate where he doesn't get in or get out. So you guys have to invent whatever method you have to. But start with those your reps, the people you sent to Abuja that went there and looked for themselves without you. And now hunger is killing you. So you guys have to start doing something that will bring everybody back to reality. Thank you very much.
All right, Engineer Francis, God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you that came in today. May God bless you all. Thank you very much. That is all we have for you guys today. Those of you that called in, thank you very much for your time. You know, our brother in Abuja, you know, the 20,000 that have been sent to him already. You know, so I believe he have received it because the receipt have been forwarded to him. So thank you very much for the donor. I appreciate every one of you. Let's continue to stand for what is right. Currently, people are suffering in Nigeria. We cannot allow them to suffer and die just because they didn't hit the streets. If you know you have anybody close to you that is suffering right now, please support them. Support them because the suffering is too much. It's really, really too much, you know. I appreciate every one of you. Now, God, now God bless you, my people. Let's continue to stand for what is right. Thank you very much, Mother of Obomi Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all you do. I appreciate you. I can see John. Thank you very much. Abu Azi, thank you very much, sir. Madam Iris Finance, I can see your presence right there. Thank you very much. God bless you. Amazing Grace USA. Thank you very much, Madam, for joining us today. Good evening to you. Victory all the way. Thank you very much. Gina Francis, thanks once again. Zeshikbo, thank you very much. Give us a mandate. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Emmanuel, I can see you right there. Now God bless you, all my people. Let's continue to talk and pour out our plight over what is going on in Nigeria. It's not looking good. I wish it's looking good. Look at the people that they kidnapped today. The God is good motor driver were killed immediately, and all the passengers were carted away. It's very sad. This is the situation of our country right now. There's no single security at all. The only people protected at this particular moment in Nigeria are the politicians because they have the money to spend to carry security men along. I don't know, but I'll continue to do my part. Come out here.
Politicians and pastors.
What? You said what?
Politicians and pastors are the one protected.
Exactly. So it's very sad. It's very, very sad. But meanwhile, I'd like us to round up right now. Thank you very much for those of you that supported us today. Peter Ife, thank you very much. Love God is my strength. Thank you very much, madam. And Grant, thank you. God bless you all. I appreciate every one of you right there. Please stand for what is right. Stand for what is right. You see what happened, you know, earlier on. Although I saw a comment from the comment section, somebody saying that he's happy that it happened and all that. Regardless of what, you cannot be happy that a whole family is deleted out of earth, a whole family. So please, sometimes, you know, I don't know, I don't know if I don't want to comment on that, but nevertheless, let's round up. Thank you very much, Engineer Francis. I appreciate you all. Now here now we'll draw the curtain. I'll see you guys again by God's grace, fingers crossed, tomorrow 6 p.m. so that we'll talk about the things that's affecting you and I. Good night and bye for now.